During the Western Han Dynasty, it was said Emperor Yuan liked to search for beautiful women from the ladies-in-waiting and took them as his concubines. Wang Zhaojun was one of them. Wang Zhaojun was known as one of the Four Beauties of ancient China. She was born in a village in the south of Han. Wang Zhaojun was beautiful and intelligent. When she was around 13 years old, she was chosen as the lady-in-waiting in the palace. But after she entered the palace, she was not able to capture the emperor's attention. At that time, because there were a lot of ladies-in-waiting in the palace, the emperor asked the best painter, Mao Yuanshou, to paint a portrait for each of them, so that he could choose the ones he liked and took them as concubines. In order to be chosen by the emperor, many girls decided to bribe the painter to beautify them in the painting. If the girls did not give him money or present, the painter would intentionally make them look ugly in the painting. Unlike other girls, Wang Zhaojun was confident of her natural beauty and refused to bribe the painter. The painter was unsatisfied, so in her portrait, he added a large spot on her face to make her look ugly. As a result, Wang Zhaojun never got a chance to meet the emperor and remained as a lady-in-waiting. Later, in the year of 33 BC, the leader of Xiongnu tribe came to visit the emperor as part of the tributary system between the Han and Xiongnu government. He took the opportunity to formally request to intermarry with the Han people so as to become the son-in-law of Han. To maintain a good relationship, the emperor agreed. However, the emperor was not willing to send him a princess or a member of the imperial family. He decided to give him 5 ladies-in-waiting. He asked for volunteers, but no one stepped in. The Xiongnu was a nomadic tribe who often moved from place to place. Therefore, most of the girls were not willing to abandon their comfortable life in the palace to live for an unknown desert land. Only Wang Zhaojun thought differently. She volunteered to marry the Xiongnu for the sake of the future generations of the Han and Xiongnu people. When the emperor saw her unflattering portrait, he approved it. On the day of her departure, the emperor finally met Wang Zhaojun in person. He was surprised at her beauty and wondered why she had been unnoticed in the palace for such a long time. He wanted to take back his decision and keep her for himself, but it was already too late. Reluctantly, the emperor had to send Wang Zhaojun to Xiongnu. The Xiongnu leader was delighted and impressed that the emperor gave him the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. In return, he offered to lead his army to serve as the defense force for the Han. Although Emperor Yun kindly rejected his proposal, the relationship between the Han and Xiongnu improved. After that, the emperor was furious at the painter for creating fake portraits to deceive him. The painter was then executed. An interesting legend said, when Wang Zhaojun was on her way to Xiongnu, she gazed upon the endless desert and missed her hometown, so she began to play her pipa. When a wild goose heard the sound and saw her, it was astonished by her beauty and fell from the sky. When Wang Zhaojun finally arrived at Xiongnu territory, she was married to the leader and later gave birth to 2 sons. However, only one of the boys survived. When the leader died in the year of 31 BC, Wang Zhaojun requested to return to China. At that time, the Emperor Yuan of Han Dynasty already died. Emperor Chen took the throne and refused to send her back. He asked her to stay and to follow Xiongnu custom. According to Xiongnu custom, after the leader died, she had to remarry his son. Therefore, Wang Zhaojun eventually became the wife of the next leader of Xiongnu, who was her stepson born by her husband's first wife. In her new marriage, Wang Zhaojun had 2 daughters. She participated in many important affairs in Xiongnu to maintain the good relationship between the Han and the Xiongnu. In the year of 20 BC, the leader died. Rumor has it that Wang Zhaojun remarried the next leader again, but there was no proof about it. 5 years later, Wang Zhaojun died. Not only did Wang Zhaojun contribute to the peaceful relationship between the Han and Xiongnu, she also introduced modern Han culture to Xiongnu. Both the Han and Xiongnu people loved her. When she died, she was buried at the Great Green Mountain in Huhat. It was said that on her grave, lush green grass could be found all year round. Therefore, people named her grave the Green Grave.